My beloved, let this message settle deep within your heart, because the very first truth I want you to understand is that your past, no matter how broken, no matter how heavy, no matter how scattered with regrets and wounds, does not define the totality of who you are, nor does it erase the extraordinary plan I have written for your life. For your story carries a purpose that stretches far beyond every failure, every mistake, every tear, and every season of wandering you may have endured. And when you allow yourself to truly receive this revelation, you begin to understand that I, your Creator, never waste a single chapter of your journey. You see, my child, life often convinces you that your past is a chain, a prison, a scar that forever diminishes your worth. But I tell you this in love and with divine authority. Your past is not a cage, but a classroom. Not a punishment, but a preparation. Not the end of your destiny, but the soil out of which greater strength, compassion, and wisdom can grow. Because in my hands, nothing is wasted, and every moment, even the darkest, is woven into a tapestry that leads you closer to your true calling. Consider the truth that a seed must be buried beneath the earth, pressed down by darkness, surrounded by soil, hidden from sight before it breaks open and begins to reach toward the light. And in the same way, your past seasons of pain, your hidden struggles, your moments where you felt unseen and forgotten, were not a burial, but a planting, a preparation for growth. And as you rise from those moments you may have once wished to erase, you will discover that they were shaping the very strength required to walk into the purpose I ordained for you long before the foundations of the world. I know there are times when you replay the regrets of your life, the decisions you wish you could rewrite, the people you may have hurt, the opportunities you may have missed. But hear me clearly, there is no mistake too great, no wound too deep, no past too shattered that I cannot redeem, restore, and transform into a testimony of hope and healing that will not only lift you, but also inspire and guide others who are silently struggling with the same battles you have already walked through. Your scars, my beloved, are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of survival, marks of resilience, and reminders that even when you thought you could not go on, you endured. And more importantly, I carried you through. Therefore, instead of hiding your story in shame, begin to see it as a light, a beacon that can shine into someone else's darkness. Because what once broke you is now what will allow you to bring healing to others who believe they cannot rise again. When you look at the lives of those I have used throughout history, you will see a consistent truth. Moses was once a man who fled in fear after making a mistake, yet I raised him to deliver my people. David stumbled in sin and brokenness, yet I shaped him into a man after my own heart. Paul persecuted believers with cruelty, yet I transformed him into a vessel who carried my message of grace across nations. And if I can use them, broken as they were, then surely I can and will use you. For your past does not disqualify you. It simply qualifies you for a story of redemption that glorifies me. Your story carries a purpose beyond your past, and though you may not always see the full picture, I see every detail, every piece, every chapter, and I know how it all connects. Because while you are standing in the middle of your story, unsure of how it will unfold, I am the author who has already written the ending. And the ending is good, filled with hope, filled with restoration, filled with meaning, and filled with blessings that you cannot yet comprehend. So release the grip of shame. Let go of the fear that your past has ruined everything, and instead embrace the truth that your life is a vessel of transformation, that your testimony can heal, that your wounds can become windows through which others see my grace, and that the very areas of brokenness you thought would always limit you will instead become the platforms upon which my love and power are revealed most clearly. I know the world tries to convince you that your value decreases when you stumble, that your worth fades when you make mistakes, but my voice declares otherwise. Your worth is unshakable because it comes from me, not from your performance, not from your perfection, not from how spotless your past appears, but from the eternal truth that you are mine, created in my image, cherished beyond measure, and destined for a purpose far greater than anything your past can limit. Do not believe the lie that your best days are behind you, for in me, every new day carries a fresh beginning. Every sunrise is a canvas painted with mercy, and every moment is an invitation to step further into the calling I placed upon your life. Yes, there are things you wish you could change, but I remind you that nothing in your story is wasted, for even your tears have watered the ground for a future harvest of joy, and even your nights of sorrow have prepared you to appreciate the beauty of the morning light. When you trust me with your past, I take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it into good. I take the broken pieces and craft them into something breathtaking. I take the regrets you thought were final and transform them into testimonies of grace. And as you walk forward in faith, you will begin to see that the very pain that once threatened to destroy you has become the foundation of a deeper strength, a clearer vision, and a more compassionate heart. Do not compare your story to others, for each journey is unique and sacred. Your path may look different, your trials may be heavier, your scars may be deeper, but all of it has purpose, all of it has meaning, all of it is shaping you into the person you were created to be. And while others may not always understand your journey, know that I do, and I am with you in every step, guiding you, strengthening you, and ensuring that every twist and turn leads closer to the destiny I have prepared just for you. Remember this, my beloved. Your past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. And while it may have shaped you, it does not define you. Your identity is not bound by who you once were, but by who you are becoming in me. And when you fully embrace this truth, you will walk with boldness, with confidence, and with peace, knowing that your life is not a random sequence of events, but a masterpiece in progress, painted with strokes of love, grace, and purpose. So rise from the weight of yesterday, shake off the lies that hold you back, and step into the newness I am offering you right now. Because your story carries a purpose beyond your past, and there are lives waiting to be touched by the testimony you carry, by the healing you embody, by the hope you reflect, and by the light you shine even after walking through the darkness. Carry this truth in your heart, let it guide your steps, and let it remind you that nothing is wasted in my plan, for you are chosen, cherished, and called to something greater. And I will never stop shaping, guiding, and lifting you toward the fulfillment of the destiny I designed just for you.
And so, my beloved, as you pause to truly consider the depth of this message, allow your heart to understand that even when the memories of your past rise up to haunt you, like shadows trying to pull you back into a place of fear or regret, you must remember that these shadows have no lasting power, because the light of my love is stronger than any darkness you could ever face. And in that light, your story is not a tale of failure, but a living testimony of redemption, transformation, and divine purpose unfolding in real time before your very eyes. There will be moments, and you may already have lived through many, where the voices of doubt try to remind you of who you once were, replaying mistakes like a broken record that refuses to end. Yet in those very moments, you must silence those lies by lifting your heart to me, because my voice never condemns. My voice never chains you to your past. My voice always speaks of hope, always calls you forward, always declares that your destiny is greater than the pain of your history. And when you tune yourself to my whisper, you will walk with courage even when the weight of the past tries to return. You may ask why I allow certain struggles to happen, why pain has been part of your journey, why your story carries scars that still ache at times. But I tell you with the authority of eternal love that what you call scars, I call sacred markers, reminders not of your weakness, but of my faithfulness. Because when you look back at those seasons and realize that you survived what once seemed impossible, you will see that I was with you, carrying you, strengthening you, shaping you, and that nothing you have endured will ever be wasted. Because each hardship has given you wisdom, compassion, and resilience that no book could teach and no classroom could offer. Understand that the past was never designed to imprison you, but to prepare you. Because a person who has never walked through the fire cannot understand the value of being refined. And a person who has never known loss cannot truly treasure restoration. And a person who has never wept in the night cannot fully appreciate the joy of morning light. And this is why your story, even with all its imperfections, carries such immense value. Because it allows you not only to rise stronger, but also to extend love, grace, and empathy to others in ways you never could have if your path had been flawless. Do not fear the opinion of others, for there will always be people who try to reduce you to your past, people who see only your mistakes and not the masterpiece I am creating, people who judge based on who you once were instead of who you are becoming. But my beloved, their voices do not define you, for I alone am the author of your story, and I alone know the purpose that lies beyond the chapters they cannot see. So keep your eyes fixed on me, and let my truth silence the noise of criticism and judgment, because your story is holy, sacred, and uniquely yours, and it will unfold according to my perfect timing. Your story carries a purpose beyond your past because your story is a bridge, a living testimony that will connect others to me. Because when they see how far you have come, how much you have overcome, how brightly you shine even after walking through storms, they will find hope for their own journeys. And in this way, your life becomes a light that spreads far beyond yourself, touching lives you may never even realize, impacting generations in ways that only eternity will reveal. And this is why you must never despise your story or wish it away, for it carries within it the seeds of transformation for both you and those you will encounter. Even now, I am breathing new life into the areas of your heart you thought were dead. I am awakening dreams you believed had been buried forever. I am stirring courage in places where fear once ruled. And as you embrace this renewal, you will see that your future is not a continuation of your past mistakes, but a brand new creation, a rewriting of your story where grace has the final word, where love becomes the foundation, and where purpose shines brighter than the shadows of yesterday. So take heart, my beloved, and walk boldly into this truth. Your past may have shaped you, but it cannot define you, for I am the one who defines you, and I declare that you are chosen, you are loved, you are forgiven, and you are destined to carry a purpose that is greater than anything you could ever imagine. And as you hold on to this truth, you will discover freedom, peace, and joy that surpasses all understanding. Because your life is not finished, your story is still unfolding, and the best chapters are yet to be written.